Shalom. This is Bishop Nathaniel of Israel United in Christ. I want to start off by saying thank you to all of our Booster Club members for your many donations and much more, your prayers. We visited faraway countries and strange lands. We've even spoken to dignitaries and were detained for spreading the glorious gospel in Cuba. The truth is that the descendants of the 12 tribes of Israel were scattered throughout the world. Help us on our journey as we continue to raise up the nation of Israel. 12 tribes worldwide. Join or donate today. Shalom.
Yes, sir. Give me Exodus 24.
What is that?
Listen to what God says. You said God's not giving you no option. There's no option with God. There's no democracy with God. He said and you do, that's it. You said he said you do, you live. You don't do, you die. There's no democracy with God. God is a dictator. Point blank, period. Read that. No, let the Bible speak, bro.
Exodus 24:12. And the Lord said unto Moses, come up to me into the mount, and be there, and I will give thee tables of stone and a law.
And a what?
A law.
We're going to see if he said, Moses, go talk to the children of Israel, see which one they like. Let's see what he says.
And a law and commandments which I have written, that thou mayest teach them.
To do what?
Teach them.
No, to ask them if they like it.
Teach them. And Moses rose up, and his minister Joshua, and Moses went up into the mount of God.
See that? Moses get the law. That's it. When somebody failed to do that, give me that Numbers 15:32. You're gonna see what God says. This is what God does. We gotta step out of that mindset that you have something, some say so. There's no say so with God. He said you do. It's just like your kids. You imagine that you have a 2-year-old, and the 2-year-old gonna say, okay, let me tell you my side of the story. Let me tell you what I think. Okay, you set your rules in the house, and the 2-year-old gonna tell you what's what? Come on, man. Come on, read this. God says something. It's time for you to learn. It's not time for you to say. What you been saying, what I've been saying, what you've been saying, what we all be saying, keep us in the ghetto on the bottom. Now let's see what God said that we may be on the top. Listen to what, you didn't understand it yet, brother. You didn't understand it yet. You still got your beard, no fringes, you breaking a lot of laws. You didn't understand it yet.
Read. Numbers 15, verse 32. And while the children of Israel were in the wilderness, they found a man that gathered sticks upon the Sabbath day.
The man was gathering sticks on the Sabbath day. After God told them in Exodus 22, verse 8, 20 verse 8, keep the Sabbath day holy, no work. The guy was doing what?
Gathered sticks upon the Sabbath day. And they that found him gathering sticks
on the Sabbath day. What happened?
Gathering sticks brought him unto Moses and Aaron and unto all the congregation. And they put him in ward.
They put him in ward, meaning what? They lock him up until they know what God's decision gonna be. We're gonna see, read on.
Because it was not declared what should be done to him.
By that time, God did not give the judgment, the punishment for breaking the Sabbath day. Let's see what it says.
And the Lord said unto Moses,
let's see what God gonna say, okay, that's his first offense. He didn't know any better. Let's reteach him again. That's what God said. What God said, read.
And the Lord said unto Moses, the man shall be surely put to death.
That's the God we serve.
That's right.
You either obey or die. That's the message. This is not the time for all this. This is the reason why we get shot in the street. Why? Because we're rebellious, and God gonna get our attention one way or another.
Okay, so
give me that, Hosea 5:15. We're gonna see how God will get our attention. It's not, there's no reasoning with God, brother, man. It's just that the rules are set from the get-go. From the get-go, the rules are set. It's either you stay on the outside of the law and accept your death, whatever punishment he's going to inflict you with, or you stay on his side. Read.
Hosea 5:15. I will go and return to my place till they acknowledge their offense.
God said, I'm not going to be among you until you acknowledge your offense. Why? We have offended God. 4, verse 4. So that 1 and 2. Go back.
Hosea 1 verse 2.
No, 4.
Hosea 4 verse 1. Hear the word of the Lord, ye children of Israel. For the Lord have a controversy with the inhabitants of the land.
God says he got a problem with us. The children of Israel. He got a problem with us. Why?
By swearing and lying.
By what?
By swearing and lying.
That's all we do. Lies. And if it's not lies, you do not accept it. It has to be truth. That's the reason why we want to listen to each other's opinion. My opinion doesn't matter. I didn't create me. God created me. He said, okay, these are the rules you live by. Point blank, period. Just like Ford, they manufacture the car. They said, this is what the fuel you got to put in there. This is what you got to do, and that's what you follow. And God tells you, all of a sudden it doesn't matter. We fear men, but not God. But that thing is over. There's no time for men talk here. We've been talking long enough. Now this is God's words coming out. Read.
And lying and killing
And lying on what?
and killing.
That's all it is. Saul Brooks. You know what I'm saying? No reason at all. Chicago, New Jersey, Camden, New Jersey, Philadelphia, South Philly. All those places we've been there. When you walk, you see the murder in the people's eyes. You can tell because you're from the same street. You can see it. The spirit gone. All you see is darkness, no light. You see that? You can't handle the truth. It's truth. Am I lying? The Bible's speaking. But people hate truth. They rather lie. Read on.
And killing and stealing and committing adultery.
That's all we're doing. That's how we have abortion clinic all over the place in the earth.
Bring it out.
All over the earth. How the hell you go stand and say Black Lives Matter, and from 1973 till today, almost 20 million babies been aborted. Just in the black community alone. Are not there black babies that was aborted?
No.
That's what God said in lying. Then we're going to stand up with no shame and say that the Black Lives Matter. You cannot pronounce that word out your mouth because you are too hypocritical. We got to change our ways. Read on.
They break out in blood touches blood.
They do what?
They break out in blood touches blood.
Gang violence. That's what we're teaching here. Teaching you, if you want change, instead of coming on the Sabbath day, hustling for nickels and dimes, God promised you the whole planet.
That's right.
But we rather the pleasure of sin for a small moment. But guess what? God got a great judgment that's designed for that special day too. In case you don't know, think like, be lost in those religions. Be lost in those lies your pastor's telling you. Be lost in those things. Be lost in those religions. Worship a damn rock called Allah in Muslim. The hell is this? Oh, do you have no common sense? If you didn't know, you didn't know. When they do the Hajj in Mecca, you see they bow down and kiss a rock. But if you cannot understand this is idolatry, your brain is gone. Our people do not have no eyes, no ears to understand nothing. And they go to Christianity, kissing a damn a statue of a white man on a damn cross. This is how far we've gone. No sense. And we have some of the Northern Kingdom, the so-called Hispanic nowadays, worshiping Mary, Guadalupe all the time. There was a car that hit a tree and it carved a mark in that thing that looked like the statue of Mary. They were worshiping that thing. When we telling them, yo, listen, that's a tree. They wanted to fight with us. They wanted to fight us. I'm telling you, what God is saying is we live there, we seen it. Whenever we're teaching the word of God here, hell break loose. Hell break loose. Read on.
Therefore shall the late moon, and everyone.
What God said?
Therefore shall the late moon.
That's the reason why we're crying. For the brother that they put the foot on his neck. For the other brother that was jogging in Georgia that they shot. For the brother that was selling Lucy in New York that they put in the chokehold. For the brother that was wearing the hoodie. For my ground. That's why the land is mourning. And we keep saying, why God, why God, why God? But the thing is, we have never acknowledged our ways. We never realized that, listen, we left God. We left God to follow our own thoughts, to follow men. And God said, guess what? My glory I'll give to no man. To no man he will not give his glory. Go back to 5:15, and this is what he will do.
Bring it out. Hosea 5 verse 15. I will go and return to my place.
God said, God is our protection. He is our might. When he said, I'm going to leave and go, where's your might? We've established many great kingdoms on the west coast of Africa, in Spain, all over Europe. We ruled Europe for over 1,000 years. So you going to tell me a mighty nation like that reduced to this? Why? Because your God is not present with you. We ain't realize that. We think this demon is our God. This was given to you in the 1400s. That's it. During the Renaissance era. The Renaissance means what? Rebirth. Rebirth of what? Of the white man power.
That's right.
Because we are taking over Europe and send them in the Caucasus Mountain. That's why they themselves know themselves as the Caucasians. They lie to you. They tell you we're all the same. That's why I say Caucasian French, Caucasian Italian, Caucasian American, Caucasian everything. They tell you we know we're the same people.
No.
But it's us who are divided. And that's why we are at the bottom. And guess what? Don't worry about white supremacists that go put a foot on your neck. God will put a foot on your neck. Read.
I will go and return to my place till they acknowledge their offense and seek my face.
God says you will acknowledge until you acknowledge your offense and seek his face. How you seek his face? By following his laws. That's how you're going to catch his attention. Read.
And their affliction.
He said what?
In their affliction, they will seek me early.
God said the only way you will seek him is for you to get afflicted. Now you understand why we're going there. Are you going to tell me right after they caught the brother on camera, this white supremacist on camera with his foot on the brother's neck, he was all relaxed because it's the norm to him to kill a nigger. But y'all do not understand that. It's the norm to him. God put that spirit in him. God tell you that's the devil right there. But y'all want to be like him. Go ahead, be.
It was our punishment.
So now, right after that, while we're marching, all the ones are being killed on camera. I told you, show you they would not stop. That's their nature. Read this. Brother, the thing is, all this to tell you that it's time for the talk is over. Talk is cheap, it's actions now. You want to see God's power? Keep his commandments. You'll see. Read.
I will go and return to my place till they acknowledge their offense and seek my face. And their affliction, they will seek me early.
You see that? They will. That's what God said. In their affliction, they will seek me early. That's when you will seek God. Guess what? God said we are hard-headed. We will not listen. It doesn't matter. Give me that. Isaiah 1. So that verse 3. So we would not acknowledge nothing. Nothing. We are hard-headed like that. Read.
Isaiah 1 verse 3. The ox knoweth his owner.
The ox, an animal. We say animals act by instinct, right? But God said that animal, a dumb animal, the ox, said know of what?
Knoweth his owner.
He said who possessed them? Who's his owner? Who owns them? Read.
And the ass,
a jackass. That's how we call people dumb. You're a jackass. He said the ass. Know what?
his master's crib.
He know where he lives at. He know his dwelling place. He know who is supposed to feed him. If he's hungry, he know his master's place. He know where to go. But we don't know. Read.
But Israel,
But us, the children of Israel, so-called black and Hispanics, what happened?
does not know.
We do not know. Not only we don't know, when we're trying to be told and taught,
My people does not consider.
we don't even care. That's the reason why, in case you do not understand, God is a God of knowledge.
That's right.
He is the one that put the spirit in all those scientists to create the nuclear warheads.
That's right.
Those bombs. When he said he would destroy the world with fire, he's talking about nuclear fire. Those will be used, believe me. Believe the Lord, believe the Bible. Because as you all know, those things got a time to expire. Whether you like it or not, they will explode one day. But God reserved those for us who are hard-headed today. We'll learn.
Verse 4. All sinful nation.
What God said?
All sinful nation.
A nation that loves to sin. Everything that's wicked, that's what we want to do. Nothing right. You tell them, man, get a job. Nah, man, I'd rather hustle. And I'm saying they rob, do stick-ups. Bruh, marry the sister you're with. Nah, man, I want to hit it. I'm saying, why buy the car with the makers for free? God said we're a sinful nation, wicked nation. Read. So, and we have no reason to blame the white man for what he's doing. The thing that the white man is doing is because of your doing. God put him here to chastise you, to afflict you, so it can be shot back to reality. Read.
A people laden with iniquity. A seed of evildoers.
What type of sin we are?
A seed of evildoers.
See that? God says that's all we love to do. Evildoers. Our action is evil. We're evil toward ourselves, evil toward one another, evil in every sense. Our thought is evil. Everything about us is evil. Our principles are evil. Our belief is evil. Everything about us is evil. Read.
Children that are corrupters.
What God says?
Children that are corrupters.
We are corrupt people. Corrupt.
They have forsaken the Lord.
You hear that? We have forsaken the God of Israel, the true God, the living God that created the heaven and the earth. We have forsaken that God. Read.
They have provoked the Holy One of Israel unto anger. They are gone away backward.
We are gone away backwards. We will not set ourselves in order. That's the reason why we cannot set our house in order, and neither will our community ever be in order. You see something going on, we quick to run our mouth, blah, 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 blah. We don't understand nothing. We have no sense.
We used to scream black power while heroin was pushed. But at the end of the day, nothing's in vain. IUIC has been given a vision. The tents of Judah has risen. Many has attempted the mission. Minor murmuring, omitting, and missing the mark. Just reading that he had the flame of fire in his eyes gave us the spark. We on Paul's mission. We out on the road, purple and gold. From Mexico, Cuba, Haiti, Ghana, Sierra Leone. 144,000 boots banging, concrete crackling. These are our men repented at heart. The scriptures is proof. IUIC, we deliver the truth.